In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make dimensional lumber, LVLs, wood I-beams, and floor trusses in section. So to begin, let's start with the smallest and work to our largest. We're going to go to rectangle. Just pick a corner in here, pull it out, and I want you to type in 3.5 tab 1.5, enter. We have now created a 2x4. So I want to go to line, click on my opposite corners, enter, enter. Again on the other one. I'm going to change the block to a wall. I'm going to change the X to hatch. Okay, now that I've got this, I'm going to highlight it all. I'm going to go to create, and I'm going to type in 2x4. I want to go to pick point, click on my point, and hit OK. Now I have a 2x4. And there's the name 2x4. All right, let's move on to a 2x6. Okay, I'm just going to touch this corner here so I get them lined up, pull out, and I'm going to go 5.5, tab 1.5, enter. Go to my line, put my X in there like I did before. Highlight my X, make it hatch, highlight my box, make it a wall. Highlight all my objects, hit create, 2x6, pick point, and OK. So now I have a 2x6. Now, the 2x4 and the 2x6, I made them in this orientation because generally a 2x is used for a plate or a stud. So when we go to the bigger pieces, I'm going to make them in a different orientation. So I'm going to go to rectangle again. I'm going to touch that bottom corner right there to pull over and go in this direction here. I'm going to type in 1.5 tab 7.25, enter. Make my X. Highlight my X, make it a hatch. Highlight my box and make it a wall. Highlight everything, go to create, 2x8, pick point, click enter, or OK rather. So now I have a 2x8. Go back to my rectangle, tap on the corner, pull out 1.5, 9.25, enter. Go to my X and put in my X. Highlight my X, make it hatch. Highlight my rectangle and make it a wall. Highlight the entire thing, create 2x8. Excuse me, 2x10. Pick point, click OK. Go back to my rectangle, click 1.5, tab 11.25, enter. Go make my X again. Highlight my X, hatch, box, a wall. Highlight, create, 2x12. Pick point. And okay. Okay, so now there's all of our dimensional lumber there. So let's go and see what we got next. Next, we have a LVL. So this LVL is 1 3/4 by 14. Okay, go to our rectangle, click 1.75, which these are a little bit bigger. They're not 1.5. They're 1 3/4. Tab 14. Enter. Go ahead and make my box a wall. And now I'm going to go to my hatch. Click on hatch. And actually, I need to back up. I need to be on hatch before I make the hatch. So I just change this to hatch. Go to my hatch. Click on all the way at the top, ANSI 31. Click inside the box. Oh, wait a minute. I need to change that to what yours is. So yours should be on 0. So when I click inside of that, you'll see that, it gives me the lines at a 45-degree angle. But these are too close together. So I'm going to highlight this. If you haven't already, go to View and make sure that your property box is open like mine is here. So I'm going to close this and reopen it up to show you something. So click on properties and it'll open up in this box here. Grab the side of it and you can go over here and dock it. Leave that open. Highlight the hatch that we put in there a minute ago. And over here on scale, I want you to change that to 2. You see that it grew and got a little bit wider apart. Go back to my home palette. And this time I'm going to do the same thing again, except the hatch is going to be changed to 45, or the angle is going to be changed to 45. And I'm going to go ahead and change this to 2 at this point, so I don't have to go back and do that again. So what I've done was so once you get all of that changed, come down into the palette and again, tap with inside the rectangle here, just like I did here. All right, so now you see that we have hatching going in 2 different directions, and that is what we want to get there. So let's go and build our 16-inch one. So we're going to go to rectangle, pull over to the side, just touch that corner and pull over to the side, click 1.75, tab 16, enter. We'll go ahead and change this box back over to a wall. This time I'm going to go right in here and I'm going to do a sweep. All right, so I'm going to do just like that. And that way that I get both of those hatch patterns right there. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to copy. Click on copy and then click on this corner here. Move that over to this point and click again. Notice that it's not the same size. That's okay. We're going to highlight those and we get this little node here right in the middle of it. And we just pull up and click on that node just so like that. So now we have both of these filled full of the hatching. Notice that this is really subdued because these two are close together. What I want you to do is I want you to click on that outside box, right click, go to draw order, and I want you to bring it to the front. Now you see it's not subdued because it is the line on top. All right, so now we're going to go back to our 14-inch. We're going to highlight that whole thing, go to create, and I want you to type in 14 IN for inch LVL. Go to pick point, click on the bottom corner there, hit OK. Now we have that one, 14-inch LVL. Let's go to the 16-inch, do the same thing. Okay, so now we have a 16-inch LVL. Now we're going to do our wood I-beam. All right, and this takes a couple of different components here, but some of these components we've already got drawn. We're just going to modify them a little bit. Grab your 2x4 there and right click, copy. I want you to move that right over here and just click it just like that. All right. I'm going to draw a line across the bottom, just like that. Actually, I'm going to change this back to AWOL so that I can see this. Or you can see this. I can see it, but it might be kind of hard for you guys to see it. All right, and I'm going to offset this line, hit offset, and type in 20 inches or 20. Click on that line and go up just like that. I'm going to click on this. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to explode it. I need to change it just a little bit. So I'm going to get rid of that X in there. And I'm going to find my center. If you do not have your center midpoint, click in like that. Go down here to this little box and hit the down arrow. And all of the ones that I have on right here, you should have on as well. So if you need to, pause the video and make your on snaps, object snaps the same. Okay. I'm going to go to line and I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to put that line right in the middle of it. I'm just going to pull down like that. It don't matter where it goes, just somewhere down in there like that. I'm going to go back to offset and I'm going to type in 0.25, enter. I'm going to grab this line, I'm going to go one way, I'm going to grab this line, go the other way, and I'm going to grab this box and I'm going to pull down just like that. Actually, no, let's don't do that. Let's explode this. All right, so now we just have this one. So now I want to highlight that line, right click, copy section, and it don't matter where you just click anywhere in here, pull straight down and type in 0.5. Now we have a line at 0.5. I'm going to get rid of this center line here just by hitting delete, or I can right click and hit erase. I'm going to highlight those three lines that I have right here, and I'm going to go to trim. And I'm just going to trim this up just in this fashion so that it looks like that right there. Now I'm going to draw a line between these two lines that I did in the beginning. And I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to go to mirror. I'm going to go right to that center point of that line that I just drew right there, click on that, and pull directly one way or the other. Okay, it don't matter which way I go, it's going to be right. Now, I don't want it to be some cockamamie thing like this, so I want to make sure that I pull directly over, and that is going to put it at the top. Hit enter. Why is it not doing it? Oh, forgot to click. You got to click. And then you want to, no, I don't want to erase my original object. I want it to stay there. So no. Okay. Now I'm just going to get rid of those three lines there. They were just there to help us. Now I'm going to go to trim. All right. Notice that it says select objects to trim or shift select to extend. So I'm going to push my shift button. I'm going to go up here to this little line right there, and I'm going to click that one, and I'm going to click that one. Now you see that I have a nice piece of OSB here in the middle that of the these two bys. Now, I called them 2x4s, but they're actually LVLs. So what I want to do is I want to go back to my hatching here, and I want to make sure that I'm on the ANSI 31 again. We can start off with 45 degrees at number 2 to start with, and I'm just going to click here, and I'm going to click down here and hit enter. I forgot that I need to change those to hatch, so I can just click on the hatching, go to home, and then change my layer properties to hatch. We'll go ahead and change that to hatch again and go back to my hatch. But this time I'm going to change the 45 back to 0. And again, I'm going to click right inside of those two boxes. And now I have the very same looking hatching that I had right here. Actually, there is one thing I do need to do. I need to change that direction of this one here. It shouldn't be at 0, or it shouldn't be at 45. It should be at, is it 315? Yes, 315. So I want the lines to, or no, that don't look right. You can always do a negative 45. It is 315. Why does it look so funny? I guess it's because the 45-degree angles there are making it look, to me, it looks like it's closer here than it is down here, but I guess that's just an optical illusion. All right, so we've got those two changed. Now we're going to go back to hatch again. I want to change this, well, let's see. I'm not really sure what I want to do at this point. So, with the scale. We're going to play with that and see what we get. So I want you to roll down through here, and I want you to find architectural roof, R roof, not R shingles, but R roof. Click on that, and then come over here inside that box and just click. It's there, I promise you, but we need to change the orientation on that. So click on that hatch, come over here to the angle and change it to 90 degrees. And we need to change the scale to 1 to 1. Let's see what that gives us. I'm going to try 0.75. Yeah, so 0.75 looks a little bit better. So this is just to kind of indicate that this is OSB in here, and that should be fine. Once I get all of that done, I'm going to highlight it all. Going to go to create, and I'm going to type in, I can type in I-joist, wood I-joist, TJI, whatever your fancies you are. I'm going to call mine I hyphen joist. Going to pick the point and hit OK. So now I have an I-joist. Okay, lastly, we're going to do a floor truss. Now this is in section. So again, I'm going to grab my 2x4 there. I'm going to make a copy. And I'm going to pull it over to the side, just like that. And it is also 20 inches high. So I'm just going to click on the 2x4 here. Excuse me. I'm going to right click, go to copy. Now here's the important thing. I want you to click on the top of the I-joist here. Click right there, and then click at the top of this one up here, and that spreads that apart, and we are now 20 inches apart. I'm still on hatch, and that's a good thing. I'm going to go to my line, and I'm just going to draw me a line between the two. Hit enter, and then I want you to do it again, just like that. I want you to highlight it, hit create, type in floor truss. Pick your point down here at the bottom, click OK. All right, now we have a whole bunch of nice blocks here. If I go over to my current drawing, you will see that I have tons of stuff in here from where we've done this the last couple of days. Make sure that you save, and when you're done, you can send this to me. Send me the file. Don't just send me a picture of it. Send me the whole file, and hopefully this helps.